Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about school and some of the negatives that I have, witnessed along the way throughout this whole education journey, the whole 12 years. And I know this video might get a little bit of backlash because not everyone is going to agree with what I say, but I just want to say that all of this is my personal opinion and these are things that I personally saw. So if you agree with me, let me know why. And if you don't, also let me know and give me your opinion. What is your take on this whole school situation? Nowadays, I know that everybody's about to graduate if they haven't already graduated. And I have some points here that I wrote down because I honestly feel that I was just released out of prison. I know that that's such a weird comparison to make, school with prison, but I personally didn't like school. I know a lot of people say high school, you're either going to love it or hate it, and I hated every second of it. I did not like high school at all. So I'm going to share my experience, what I think, what I didn't like, and then just let me know in the comments if you agree or if you disagree and why. So let's hop right in. First of all, 7 or 8 periods is way too much time, okay? It is way too much. And I know, school tries to balance out different subjects and such, but when I have to wake up 5 or 6 a.m. every single day, 5 days a week, right? That's a whole work week, and come back at noon, so either 1 p.m. or 1 to 3 or 4 p.m., then there's something wrong because every teacher gives more homework. So that means almost half of my day is just gone to school. Right? You're not doing anything except sitting in school and maybe doing, gym class or something every once in a while. But school doesn't really give you the chance to express yourself, if that makes sense, right? Find out what you like, find out what you don't like, to, develop your skills that will actually later help you and not just study some stuff that I'm going to throw up on the exam paper and then forget all about it 2 weeks later. So my personal opinion is schools should not. I don't see why they have to be, school has to be 5 days a week. I think that's too much. Why not 4 days a week and make it, sort of a little bit later, so like 9 or 10, just like a job, you know what I mean? And also shave the time off a little bit. I know this might be longer, but you can cut the vacation time if it means that the work week flows a lot better and students are not constantly feeling like zombies because they have to wake up so early. Trust me, I can wake up early fine. It's just that when you do it over and over again, it's not easy, It's not easy having a life outside of school when you want to do good academically. And a lot of people that get good grades know what I mean, right? You have to either choose your life or being good academically. So you either have to focus up or choose to have a life, socialize, go to the gym, play video games every once in a while, etc. So that was my point. Now let's go to the second one. Teachers abusing their position of power. Now, this doesn't happen everywhere, and it's quite rare actually, but it did happen to me a couple of times, and it's the worst. It's like having a dictator over you, controlling your every move, and you basically have nowhere to go. Teachers, as you guys know, are always considered, Holly when it comes to school, but we should ask ourselves as students and as parents as well, for all the parents watching, is it really true? Teachers make mistakes. They're only human after all, but some teachers abuse this, right? They, mess with students when it comes to marking just because they don't like the student or the student did something bad. You guys know what I'm talking about. So with that point that I really hated and it really messed with me because I had a few encounters with some teachers, when I was in high school. They didn't really like me. I didn't like them, so I ended up almost failing a few classes just because the teacher basically wanted to give me an F out of spite. Too much homework. Now this one is really similar to the first point that I talked about, and that is you're basically choosing between two things. Well, what if I want to socialize and go to the gym and also be good academically? Why do I have to choose? Why can I not just, keep the bad out of my way and focus on the good, which is I want to socialize and I want to go to the gym and I want to play video games and such, but I also want to be good academically and get good grades and such. So too much homework is almost never the answer. I mean, yeah, I get it. For some subjects, you do need practice and such, but you don't have to add too much homework. And then when you confront the teacher about it, they just say, hey, it's not my problem. I want it done. Like, if it's not your problem and if it's not that teacher's problem, then whose problem is it, right? All of this falls on the student. And then all the teachers say, you guys are soft. You guys are not you don't know what it's like. Back in the day, we had much more homework, which just, I don't know. I think it's stupid and it should end. Oh, back in the day, it was tougher for us, so we're going to act like we're better. It needs to stop. The whole purpose of technology is to make our lives easier. We literally, try our best to make humanity's life easier every decade. So we have internet now. We have things that can speed up, studying and learning. We can do things like this much more efficiently now. Okay, so this point that I want to get across is something that a lot of people find controversial, but I really do believe in this one. And that is, a degree simply doesn't guarantee a stable job anymore. Back in the day, I'll say 20, 30 years ago, when the only way for you to make it, financially and be independent and such, was to, work yourself off in high school and work even harder in college, and then find a secure job and get promotions until you are financially independent and get married, have kids, etc., blah, blah, blah. But nowadays, you don't need to do all of that. Sure, I mean, the option is there if you want to do that, but there are other ways to be financially independent and make money. Yes, we're seeing millionaires left and right nowadays, people that don't even have a college degree and they're making good money. Now, I know these are all exceptions, all those YouTubers and influencers and such, but this just goes to show that it's not the only way anymore. I mean, back in the day, sure, but nowadays we have the internet, the greatest tool that the world has ever seen. We can start businesses, we can learn and develop skills without having to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars yearly. So that's just something I want older people to think about. That is, we have the internet now, guys. Focus on what the internet can do instead of the bad that it does. So focus on the good instead of the bad, and you guys will see the light that all of these younger generations are noticing when it comes to the internet. Which goes makes me transition to my next and final point, and that is just a simple message to older people. And it goes just like the previous one, that is, the future is on the internet. So when you see teenagers and young adults on the internet all the time, don't just assume the worst and think that all they're doing is, playing video games or watching TV shows, because even these develop your skills in some way or another, whether it's something simple like reaction time, or something like, improving your language or the way you speak socially, because believe it or not, you can be social on the internet. You do talk on social media, right? We talk with other people and engage in comments and video chats and live feeds, etc. on social media. So all of these should be taken into consideration. So the next time you see, your teenager sitting on the internet, don't just assume the worst. Matter of fact, you could help him be better by guiding him on the internet and giving him things to do that would otherwise cost thousands upon thousands of dollars if it was 20 or 30 years ago. Like I said, I really think this video might backfire and, hit me in the face, but I just had to get my opinion out there. Let me know if you agree or if you disagree and why, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.